shouldn't fear failure. You should fear being in the exact same position that you are today next year. We are halfway through 2023 and some people have made major moves and their lives have completely transformed. However, there are a huge group of people who are in the exact same position financially, spiritually, mentally, relationship-wise that they were last year, and you have not grown. I'm telling you right now, it is not too late to make the intentional decision to grow and do better for yourself, to manifest a better life. We are here on earth to grow and evolve. And if you're not doing that, you're not really living. Get up and grow, y'all. Bless your life and have a great day on purpose.
Hey, and welcome to the LifeScope channel. I'm your host, Lottie, filling in for Miss LifeScope today. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's talk about the true story of April Holt. April Lynn Holt was the kind of person who made the world feel warmer. A loving mother, a woman of deep faith, a familiar face to hundreds of thousands on TikTok who tuned in for her kind words, encouragement, and contagious smile. She spoke about healing, about hope, about self-love. She was the kind of soul that made strangers feel like friends. But on the morning of July 31st, 2023, her 8-year-old son made a chilling discovery. April was gone. And what happened to her left a family shattered and a community in disbelief. Born in Altamont Springs, Florida in 1994, April Holt was the definition of perseverance. Life hadn't always been easy, but you'd never know that by her energy. She was a mother of 2, living in Antioch, Tennessee, a quiet suburb just outside of Nashville. And online, she was blowing up. April shared videos about strength, healing, and breaking generational trauma. She was raw, she was real, and people loved her for it. But what made April special wasn't just the content she shared. It was the contrast between her pain and her peace. Because behind the spotlight, behind the affirmations, April was carrying something heavy, something few knew about. In the weeks leading up to her death, April's videos began to shift. They came less frequently. The brightness was still there, but dimmed. Her closest friends noticed the difference. And privately, she had begun making major life changes. April had filed for divorce. After years of trying to make it work, she had made the hardest choice a woman in her situation can make. She was ready to leave. Those closest to her say she felt watched, followed. Her mother later said April would find her husband parked outside her apartment, asleep in his car. April was scared, but she was trying to move forward for herself and her kids.
Let's talk about how I'm going to fake it till I make it while I put on lash extensions, because I had a mental breakdown the other night and I plucked all of my lashes off. I think I can add a video, maybe not. If not, then I'm just pointing for no reason. But yeah, let's get into it. So lately, I have been going through just a lot, and I can definitely say that I'm in like a depressed state. Like I'm just overwhelmed, and I know that like I'm manifesting more negative experiences on myself with how I've been, so I have to get out of this funk. So I'm going to literally fake it till I make it. And I've done this before. This isn't the first time.
911, what is your emergency? 911, what is your emergency? 911, what is your emergency? 911, what is your emergency?
Getting back to that terrible morning on July 31st, 2023, when April's 8-year-old son knocked on the bathroom door. She wasn't answering. When he pushed the door open, he found his mother unresponsive. barely clinging to life. A plastic bag taped over her head. No forced entry, no clear signs of external harm. The case was ruled as a self-unaliving, and it seemed consistent with the scene. Her hands were near the bag, no weapons present. She was slumped over in the shower, silent, still, gone. Paramedics arrived. Her body was taken. She was rushed to the hospital, but tragically, April never came home. Immediately, police began asking questions. From April's hospital bed, her mother, Jamie Dickerson, saw bruises on her neck, broken blood vessels on her cheeks, and ankle marks inconsistent with self-inflicted injury. She refused to accept it. "I'm not done," she told investigators when the case was closed. She demanded answers, visiting DA's offices, meeting with cops, pushing through grief and turning it into determination. Her persistence set a new suspicious death unit in motion, a first for Nashville. Months later, new evidence surfaced. Fingerprints on the duct tape and plastic bag didn't belong to April. They matched one person.
I just pray and send good energy to anybody who's seeing this.
April Holt embodied positivity and shared video messages like this with her 200,000 TikTok followers.
I watch them all the time, almost daily actually, because I feel like I feel like I can actually feel her.
Her mom, Jamie Dickerson, spoke with us today inside a classroom at Believers Faith Fellowship in Christiana. It's full of decor and items April put here. She taught to middle school students in this room. It's also where Jamie was supposed to meet her daughter over a year ago.
We were going to go see the Barbie movie. She said, "Donovan has to work. I can't go to the movie, but I'll meet you at church in Blast. This is the Blast classroom tomorrow."
Jamie never got a chance to respond to April. Her daughter and her husband, Donovan Holt, were in a rocky relationship and about to get a divorce.
The phone rang, and it was Donovan, and he said he was upset, kind of like in a panic upset. He's like, "We found April. She wasn't breathing, and so she's in the ambulance on the way to the hospital."
Metro Police say April was found with a plastic bag taped tightly around her neck. She died at the hospital, leaving behind a 12-year-old daughter and 8-year-old son. April's death was ruled a suicide, but Jamie knew that was far from the truth.
After they closed April's case, DA and everybody agreed to close it. I got up, marched out of that room, and I said, "I'm not done. I'm going to keep investigating."
Jamie would spend hours each day trying to find who killed April. She filed complaints and eventually had the Metro Police Department investigate their own investigation. They came up with this 47-page report. In it, detectives say there were 2 hits of Donovan Holt's fingerprints on the duct tape roll. She showed this to Donovan.
And I said, "You can tell me the truth, or I'm going to go meet with the cold case team next Thursday and have this reopened."
Metro Police say weeks ago Donovan confessed to them he strangled April. That's what Jamie suspected from the beginning.
I'm not shocked. I don't have that emotion because I've been literally doing this for a year, knowing what happened. I already knew.
April is now buried minutes away from her Christiana church. While Jamie never got a chance to respond to April,
Comment one thing that you're thankful for this week.
she says these videos are words from the grave.
I still watch her videos and I'm like, oh, I needed that one today.
In the last year, Dickerson has written an entire book about grief, and she plans to open up a grief community center for Rutherford and Bedford counties. In Christiana, Marissa Sulik, WSMV4.
The man who had once vowed to love her had taken her life. Her husband, Donovan Holt, was arrested and charged with criminal homicide. According to court records, April had confronted him that morning about money. There was an argument. The children were present in the home. One of them overheard the shouting. And in a moment of rage, Donovan snapped. He strangled April, ending her life and breaking the hearts of everyone who loved her. In September 2024, Donovan was arrested in Texas, charged with reckless homicide, evidence tampering, and false reporting. He confessed to investigators, and by February 2025, he was sentenced. 2 years in prison, followed by 8 years of community corrections. April's mother, Jamie, said the sentence felt inadequate, but her daughter's name is cleared, and a grieving community finally got the truth. April Holt dedicated her voice to love and healing, but her end revealed how silence can be loud. Don't forget to like and support the channel. If this story resonates, if you or someone you know is in a dangerous situation, reach out. Don't stay silent.